Again, let's go inside this time. Screen door. Hey Moxie, you can come in? There's Mox. So this room was all full of stuff before. We didn't clean it out, but Dee's friends with a lot of help cleaned it out before. And it looks pretty good now. Come on in, Tilly. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So over here, that's the water side facing out the creek, and a small bedroom in here that's fairly decent. There's a lot of stuff in here, but it's generally clean. This was Dee's little sanctuary, really. It's got an air conditioner, heat pump, and a twin bed, and some vintage paneling, lots of photos and keepsakes and stuff scattered around, an old dresser. It's really nothing special. Nobody has any need for that, I don't think. So probably we may not throw it away right away, but I don't see a whole lot of point in that. I don't know what's in the closet. We haven't opened that yet. There's the creek right out that window. Again, lots of stuff on the walls. We'll save all of that. Just take it all down and save it. It's a lot of stuff about Kathy and Amanda and when she was young and lots of other things. So we'll get back to that. Back to the living room, front door. There's some old paperwork and stuff in that desk. I don't think it's important anymore. The desk is okay. I guess it kind of goes with that bureau. But again, it's nothing special. Nobody has a need for it. I don't know if we'll throw it away right away because we've come to the conclusion we're not looking to just dump this place. We've got some time, if nothing else. So we can kind of make furniture decisions later. Lots of keepsakes here. We're going to kind of pack those up too. Great 1974 Maine plate. Vintage. I think he has a yellow one too. It would be fun to find that. Those are my bins that we use for storage. One of those old silly stereo / turntable things with the built-in speakers. It's an interesting piece. I don't know that anyone has space for it, but it's pretty cool. It can stay right there for now. A junky table from the kitchen that I moved to make some more space. Nothing special dining table and chairs that I don't think we care about either. The walls are like plastered over the cinder block. They're rough, but they look okay. This has been cleaned up and painted since last year. It's not bad. It's not bad in here. It's got a bit of a closed up smell. But it's not bad. This table's kind of cool. This wall hanging we like. Eastern Shore. It's needlepoint or one of those kinds of things. I turned the heat off when we got here. The heat had been left up and it was costing quite a bit during the winter. So now that's off. I'm going to shut the water off before we go. So we're not going to have to worry about heat. Might as well do the bathroom. Here's the bathroom. Substantially cleaned up, I think, from what it was. I don't remember it much, but I think Dee never used the shower and it was full of stuff. It looks like it's functional. That's ugly, that rust, but it doesn't really matter. These fittings were new when he moved in 40 years ago, so that says a lot. Sink, vanity, junk, new toilet. That was something they did in the fall 2021. There's also a washer dryer here, which was a surprise and a bonus because we didn't think he had them, and I don't think he did. They're brand spanking new. I don't think he ever had them, but he does now, or we do. So that's nice if we need to wash anything. Back into this little hall. There's a closet thingy across the way. I'm wearing shorts because it's going to be 79 degrees today in April. It's going to feel quite warm coming from Maine. Now this is one of the fun rooms. This is pretty heavily hoarded. There's a lot of plastic bags full of God knows what. And just stuff. junk. I don't think we're going to find anything very good in here, but as we go through it and clean it out, which is hopefully going to happen starting today, we will find out. That faces out to the driveway where the truck is. We talked about it on the outside. Another old dresser, just stuff. It's just stuff, junk. Paint cans, bags of who knows what. It's a classic hoard. That ancient drawing on the wall is something I drew 1,000 years ago. I have a compatriot to it at home that Dee carefully peeled off the wall from right there several years ago, and it was framed for me. Some drawing of a IOR racy boat that I drew in, I don't know, 1979 or something. And that's a cruisy kind of boat. It looks like a Pearson 365 kind of, which was a cool, I thought that was a cool boat at the time. Actually, it's still a nice boat. Another old globe, a black one, which is cool. We have a sort of a green one at home that Nana and Bampa had. I like these off-color globes. They're cool. And you can take off color any way you want these days, I guess. Lots of alarm clocks. No sleeping in here. Modern-ish fuse box. That's good. We can shut the power off. It's a piñata for a party. Some food. Lots of... Wow, he's going to space. Tang. And Gatorade. Up the yin-yang. There's more in the kitchen. That's interesting. So that's this room. Not very nice. Back to the front room, the living room. And this room's really decent. We would stay here with a little work, you know. The kitchen is... The kitchen needs some work. This room's fine. Once we clean out the bedrooms, clean it up a little, it's not going to be bad. That's Nana and Bampa's house in Harpswell that they owned for a while. Nice house. Too close to the neighbors over there on the right side. But that's a nice house. Ewan Narrows. Anyway, here's the next fun room. No lights. Somehow not as bad as the other back room, but there's a lot of stuff in here, and I think it's mostly junk that we're just going to throw away. See what's in these bins. Hopefully, maybe some important paperwork, maybe not. Forest wallpaper that I remember Mom giving Dee 40 years ago. I slept in this room once when I was a kid, before it was like this. And I remember that, and it was sort of creepy. I was like 10. Old hard suitcase, that's a riot. I like that. Not that I'd ever use it, but it's cool. Samsonite with the ape jumping on it. Omaha Steaks cooler, hopefully empty, but you never know here. And I'm not bad-mouthing Dee, we loved Dee, but he's a hoarder. Wait till you see the sheds. That's out towards where the path is, and the front door is over behind this wall. It's just junk. Junk. Walkers. I mean, maybe that stuff's okay, but who needs it? So yeah, this is the job one today. My plan today on Sunday is to take this stuff out to the parking lot because we have a dumpster coming tomorrow. But I can't wait around for that before I start moving stuff because it's quite a little walk. It's going to take a little while back and forth. Ooh, is that more Tang? Yep, more Tang. Boy, he liked his Tang. He must have bought a truckload at Price Club or whatever they have down here. So, yeah, that's this room. It's got a rug. It's got a Tilly. It's got a Mox. But they're temporary. In this room, at least. Yeah, it's not that nice. I'm sure we'll find some cool dead stuff. Heat's off. Back out to the front, which is, again, quite nice. It took a lot of work. I don't have any good pictures of that. That was before we were here. I have some very bad video that they took. I don't know how it could possibly be as bad as it is, but it's black and you can't see a thing, and there's a bright light shining in the camera. It's absolutely worthless, which is kind of annoying because this should have been documented. Let's go to the kitchen. Through the dining area. There's a couple bins I brought in. open up the space from outside right out to the front. That nice little patio that we saw outside. It's really with some work, this is such a great spot because it's so close to the water. But it's high enough so you don't have to worry as much as we do at the cottage now with tropical storms now that they come north. These appliances are new in the fall. There is some food in the fridge that's over 4 months old, but it's all kind of disgustingly processed to the point that it isn't horrible. Well, here. The stuff on the second shelf we just bought so we can eat. But that bread and those eggs and the sweet sloops and this junk on top, I'm sure that milk is nice. We'll just throw this all out when the dumpster comes. A couple Shaw bars that Mom sent him. But the appliances are fine. This part of the kitchen's more of the Gatorade, Tang, whatever, Jello. This sink is horrible. It's pretty gross. These are some of the diaries that were in the wet bins outside that I propped up here to dry. They've drained out a bit. They're really sodden, and they're gonna smell. And it's pity. That faucet, when it's turned on, just sprays water everywhere through every joint. It's terrible. These cabinets are original and older. You know, these were in place when Dee bought it. Although I don't remember that, but I know they were. And he never changed a thing. And yeah, they are what they are. Not too much stuff in them. We're just going to clean that all out. But yeah, this kitchen is nothing that we like. The space is okay. But if we were going to ever like stay here, we'd want to do at least a modicum of stuff in this room. Bins again. And that's the interior tour for now. I may do more later. I just wanted to kind of document everything before we make changes. So I'll see you later.